Hello and good evening, and thank you so much for joining us this evening today. We'll give it another 1 minute for everyone to join in. I've just received a message, therefore, I paused to read the message. We'll give it about a minute as people are joining in. Thank you, stay tuned, and we'll just start shortly. Thank you again. All right, so here we are. Let me just share my screen again so that it's visible to everybody. Here we are. Good evening and a very, very warm welcome to our Tech Talk Tuesday for Teachers, where we are starting December on a great note. And here we are, thrilled to see you join over here. Today is our first session in the month of December. You know, we've been doing this over months and we've had many people join us to be able to keep up with what's new in AI and EDU, especially in Microsoft EDU, because things around us change at a rapid pace and it's difficult to keep pace. So here we are at the Pedagogics. We take it as our charter to be able to upgrade yourself, upgrade you and update you about what's happening. So my name is Meenakshi Oberoi and I'll be taking you through this session today. Do introduce yourself in the chat window. That'll give us an idea about where you're joining from, your name, your school, your city, whatever you would like to share, please do share. And yes, tell me what sounds like you. Are you a collector, connector, newbie, or a planner? Well, who are they? Collectors are like, I'm always collecting PDFs and other documents and other things, but I've never met a hyperlinked, spreadsheet before. Connector is the one who builds bridges between generations. I want to make the classroom feel relevant, inclusive, and fun. That sounds like you actually. A newbie. I'm looking for steady ground and a bit of encouragement to be my best self. I think always. And planner. My files include laminated tabs, and I keep and backup copies of everything. I live for a checklist and a dopamine hit with crossing things off. So, whoever you are, do introduce yourself as who you are. Are you a planner, newbie, connector, or collector? Or you could even be a combination of two. So, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat window. We have loads of updates today for you, and I will make my best attempt to be able to deliver those to you today. But if we run over time, and you know we do, we always pause to say, don't worry, we are going to do this next time. So possibly, we are going to take this. If it gets too much for you, then possibly we are going to take another session to bring to you all of these changes. But we are here for you. Therefore, whatever you want to hear about, do share in the chat window, and let me know how we can help you stay updated with what's latest, what's happening, and what is it that we can bring you in the best way possible. So as I start this session, I would love to hear from you, your thoughts, your views, and your uh, success and your challenges as well. So do share in the chat window, what are you looking for via today's session, and I would love to help you with what I'm best at delivering these new updates to you. As the introductions come in, I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to deep dive into the Microsoft Edu updates because there are so many of them, right? Well, right across, literally across the platform, starting just about last month, Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat and agents have been rolled out in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote for all users, irrespective of what license you have. So creating a completely unified, chat experience across millions of people. Imagine people who use every day at work these apps. You now have Copilot built within our Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and so on. These updates help make Copilot your true thinking partner and your personal AI assistant while you're working. Whether you're drafting a document or analyzing a spreadsheet or catching up on an email, I think Copilot right there just gives me the comfort of asking someone what I'm doing. Is it right? Or, someone, in case I have a question about it, I could simply just jump into Copilot to say, can you help me understand what does this mean? And also to create content, spark ideas, and automate many of my tasks that I do each day. So let's deep dive and see what's new in EDU, that is Microsoft EDU. And the first one that I want to give you is for PowerPoint. I absolutely love it. For people like us who use PowerPoint day in and day out and literally every day, it is extremely important, an update for us that this is now Copilot is a secure AI chat that is grounded in the web, and it is available within your PowerPoint. It is content aware, meaning that it will quickly understand what you're working on, and it tailors the answers to the file that you have opened. You don't have to go to Copilot separately. Even within PowerPoint, you will have here an icon just right on the home button. I will actually move out of this interface to show you where it is, and you will see it appear over there. And I will even show you what all can you do with this. So let me just jump out of here to give you the first glimpse of Copilot being a part of your M365 licenses and how that helps you. Now, out of the PowerPoint that I was presenting using this PowerPoint that you can now see on your screen, I'm on the home button over here. I showed you a kind of a GIF over here that's running that'll ask some questions. Now, if I had that slide and I needed notes over here to speak, then what should I say? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Copilot for its help. Let me show you the complete experience, that is the Copilot experience first, and then talk about it. And I'm going to stop this right now so that you don't watch this and you watch this area. Please note, this is all enterprise data protection. It is enterprise level security that you're getting. Copilot is right here in your home bar, and over here it also has all the conversations that you've been actually having on Copilot. So you're not outside of Copilot, but all your Copilot experiences that you've had in your standalone Copilot app as well are available over here. Yeah. If you want to start a new chat, you know where to go. And also, there are these three ellipses that help you try GPT-5 It'll help you open this app also. If you want to go outside and work in the app, you could do that. Send feedback over here. It's very important that you do. Settings will help you in many ways, like data control, protection, and agents, which I will talk about later. But if you look at the last option, that is temporary chat. Incognito mode, that is, temporary chats are available. The new temporary chats are equivalent to incognito mode or in person mode that, or sorry, in private mode that we talk about, right? So these are those experiences. Now, over here, what is the use of Copilot? Why should I not go to Copilot and be here? Is it understands every slide of mine. It understands my entire document. Let's say I'm here and I want to say, I want to have a great opening for this session. So I'll say, help me script a great opening for this session. And let's see what it says. I've not tried this here. So I'm trying this with you, literally the latest of the features that I'm trying with you always. Here they are. And what it'll do is it'll not just give me a script, but also give me ideas to ask more questions or related questions on this topic. Now look at that. Here's a polished way to say, or an engaging way to engage your audience in what's new in EDU. We are thrilled to have such an incredible group of educators and innovators with us today. This session is all about exploring artificial intelligence and transforming teaching and learning, and how you can harness these tools to spark curiosity, creativity, and deeper engagement in the classroom. Voila! I got beautiful words to actually open this whole session. And over here, it can actually give me in many tones. Let's say I want it to be more futuristic because my teachers are already doing all of this, right? And see, I asked for the chat in the chat your name and how you describe yourself about how you feel about AI. They know that in my second slide, I'm asking that. It's giving me a better idea to do that in my first slide itself to have a powerful to have a powerful opening. It's a great idea when it says, would you like me to add a powerful quote, let's say by Satya Nadella? And why not? Right? So I'm going to put this here. And also, I will say, make it more futuristic. Because we as educators are always wanting to know what is it that the future holds for our students so that we are able to prepare them for the same. So here you go. You have a futuristic kind of a piece here and a quote by Satya Nadella where he said, the pathway to new technologies requires a parallel investment in skill development. Absolutely. And that is why we have Microsoft Elevate. I hope you've been a part of our socials because our socials are right now filled with stories. Every day we are touching new classrooms in different states, literally across the country, where we are empowering educators to use AI skills as a part of Microsoft Elevate, which is a very futuristic program, right? Microsoft has a vision of empowering 20 million educators as a part of this. So what I'm trying to say is you don't need to go out. You can have your, literally your slide based conversations here. Now that I'm going to do this, I will want a new slide because I don't want to talk about just introduction. I would want to say, uh, give me ideas to share where can teachers use this new feature of Copilot in PowerPoint. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is I can look at a GIF and I can tell you what's happening. I've used it, therefore I can talk about it. But if you're not sure, here's a beautiful way. Now look at this. This gives me so many talking points. You can create an engaging slide to engage your students. In with a visual design or a visual suggestion. That's a great one. I could actually ask, let's say I'm going to start a topic on soil. And I could say that give me an image of soils or different types of soils across landforms. That'll be a great visual to have. So I can ask over here, literally here, and I can say, uh, generate image of different types of soil in varied landscapes. I don't know what it'll give me and how long will it take, but I don't mind asking because it just gave me a beautiful idea. Till then, I'll let you read the rest as well. Summarize and simplify the content, which means paste the complex text and ask Copilot to simplify it for your learners who have different needs. For example, summarize this paragraph into 3 bullet points for grade 5 students, or use Copilot to create multiple versions of the same slide. That'll be interesting actually. Okay, I could simply just say rewrite the content for students with limited English proficiency. Also, interactive activities. For example, I've already asked this. So, add questions, quizzes, or discussion prompts. Add three critical thinking questions related to this topic. Or I could visualize the data, or I could look at professional looking presentation with my slides, or I could simply create a recap or parent communication slide related to this so that my parents also know that this is available. Yeah. And look at that. Different types of soils and an image across the landforms is being created. That's what I'm talking about. Literally take it from here into your presentation. You don't need to go searching for images. These are unique images that you are creating using AI, and they deliver what you need rather than give you generic images. Then you download those images, then you make a collage out of it. Too much of time is what is consumed doing all of that. Now once this image is ready, all I need to do is simply just click here and I can insert it in my slide. Yeah. Now look at this beautiful image. I can copy from here or simply just say insert and it'll insert over here my image that has been created. There you go. Yeah. So I could simply just right click, duplicate this slide, and possibly, remove this one from here and remove the background image from here. And that's it. It's done. And still AI is at play. What is AI trying to give me is designer over here is trying to work. I may have to adjust my background because my background was according to that slide. Therefore, possibly I could choose a blank background and then Copilot might help me, or designer will check in. Look at that. Automatically my slide fits in and my presentation is good to go and my Copilot is still here. Yeah. Useful? Give me a thumbs up if you feel it is useful. And look at the types of soils, the way it has been shown. I don't think any of our textbooks can offer that much of variety. So to bring in visualization, yes, thank you for those roar of thumbs ups and claps, because these are exciting times to teach and learn actually, because you can actually take learning places. And look, while I'm sharing with you over here, my next slide has just changed. I've just added this slide on the go. So even while you're teaching, maybe a student asks you a question, you can on your mobile phone use Copilot, quickly generate this and insert it in your presentation, and you are good to go. So this moment when you need it, you can literally pull it up from Copilot in the side pane of your file, and it'll be ready to help you right there on the slide that you're working with. What does this mean? This means less copy pasting, less uploading, less downloading, less switching of apps. And all of that saves me time, energy, and it also keeps my thought process going. So that is something to think about. Similarly, now Excel, well, it used to be a dreaded tool. I hope it isn't anymore. But if it is for you, then I think the most beautiful, powerful, version of Copilot can actually help you here. The whole idea of working with the data is that we should be able to have some which way to analyze it on a personal basis, which means if I want this sort of an analysis, I should be able to get that. So to do so, over here you could actually have your data running, and you can actually ask Copilot to help you with all of these pieces. For example, you have a data and you want to know how many I'll take you to Excel and I'll try and show you this over there, and then probably come back over here to talk, because I know everybody, I am a little hesitant well, I'm using Excel. I'm not the best expert to use Excel. So let's say we are on this, piece, and let's say I don't want to show you the email IDs right now, but I think I will show you these names. Now there are these names, and I have this random thought. I mean, there are so many S's and P's, and I want them alphabetically arranged, right? I pull out Copilot. Of course, I can do that over there, but I don't know how to do it alphabetically, how to arrange it. And I know some of you might know that, but I'm going to have fun. Um, Help me um, organize uh, the names in column B alphabetically, and also tell me what do the maximum number, oh sorry, yeah, number of names begin with. Which letter? Sorry, I will just make it correct. Also tell me which, with which letter, just for fun, do the maximum numbers or number of names begin. So, yes, I always spell things wrongly because I'm just doing it in a hurry. So here you go. Let me ask it to do this for me. Let's see what happens. I'm just trying it with you. Yeah. So it says sort the names in column B alphabetically and then count the number of names. So for that, please upload your Excel file. You see, over here, I might have to upload for this to do. I can always say, tell me the steps. Yeah. And I can know learn from Copilot how to do this. Now it will say select the entire column B, go to data and sort A to Z. Here you go. I will go over here, go to data and go A to Z. There you go. All the names are now sorted. It says continue. I would just say continue right now, but I know I've taken the name also over there and everything has shifted, the first name as well. But do you see that? Now over here, when I've selected this, I will now ask my, now look at this over here. Insert a new column where you could say in C2, enter the formula this to get that how many people are there who are, who have the maximum number, or let's say, what does it say? I don't know what it's going to say. So I'm just going to move a little this side and I will put it here and oh, the maximum number is an A. Look, it just gave me the result. Isn't it that amazing? I didn't even really have to ask. I simply just copy and pasted the formula there and I have the result. Fantastic, isn't it? I'm super happy. And then they say if you want to, insert a pivot table, you could do that. Not just Copilot over here, but on the home itself, you have analyze features like analyze available. Let's say I want to analyze this. Number one, you can make graphs over here automatically. It contains text, duplicate values, unique values. Now look at that. Yeah, equal to, or you could do a text column, or you could even get a chart made. You could have totals done. You can do the tables from here. You can do the spark lines as you like it. Yeah. Apart from that, under data, you also have analyze data available. Where is analyze data? Here is analyze data. The minute you click on it and you select what kind of data analysis do you want, and it'll also start suggesting you how many different fields, field one, field two, how many of them do you want? Okay, if these are the names, I need a pivot table here. There you go. Here's a pivot table which will tell you how many of what names are over here. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to tell you is AI is here to help us learn the tools that we thought we had to actually sit in a formal classroom to really learn. But AI is here to help us not just work on the go, learn on our own, but also probably, exceed the or go beyond the limits of what we could already do. So, this includes the AI powered search that spans over your work data, your project specific, that is your notebooks, all you need to do is use this tool to be able to learn to do something new. And there are more things coming in. There are also bringing in with Copilot Studio, they're also bringing in advanced reasoning into your everyday productivity. Licensed Copilot users will now have this in-app experience, which means any kind of license that you have access to researcher and analyst, those agents will also be available in Copilot, helping you explore ideas, analyze data, and move forward really fast. My God, this is fast for us. I think what could be faster than this? But I think in the whole piece, what we must remember is personalization. It's very important to make every tool your own. Therefore, do you ever wish that, Copilot would remember your preferences, like your favorite bullet points or your keeping response very concise, or without you having to repeat them every time, it should know what is it is to be done. Well, that's exactly what Copilot memory ever wish to do. Okay, whatever you want to do, Copilot memory in M365 can help you do all of that. That's exactly what Copilot memory does. It remembers the key facts you choose to share, such as your working style, your communication preferences, some of the phrases you may use, your recurring topics. Probably, sometimes I talk a lot about professional development. I'll talk a lot about capacity building. So what Copilot can do is it can tailor your responses to meet your requirements and recommendations so that it fits and you don't have to really repeat everything again and again, right? I'm going to pause here. Praveen sir says that my screen is not visible. Is that so? Can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen, please. Give me a thumbs up if you can see. Thank you so much. So, Praveen sir, possibly, it might be a problem at your end. I will recommend if you can go either in a place of better connectivity or possibly, drop off to login again. It should be visible. Yeah. But if anyone faces any challenge, please do let me know. I'll be happy to pause and take your concern and, try and resolve it as much as possible. So with Copilot memory, what this means is I have to do less repetition. You need not restate your preferences again and again. For example, I'm a grade 4 teacher. Every time I don't have to say I'm a grade 4 teacher, I'm a grade 4 teacher, I'm a grade 4 teacher. It should already know. More personalized responses, like, they're written for you, not for just a generic response that you get in most of these generative AIs. You will not get something which matches your thought process. And you have full control. You can view it, edit it, delete memories anytime that you want. For example, today your role changes, or you're not with this particular organization anymore. Then possibly you will have ways to work on your own as well. So, what we are trying to do over here is we are trying to learn to gain full control of what is possible. And over time, Copilot becomes your ultimate personal assistant, providing you responses that fit your needs. It speaks your language, it uses your words, it works much faster and with minimal iterations. It remembers your key facts that you have been sharing over time. It understands your working style. It understands your language, the words that you use, the tone in which you talk, also the recurring topics that you keep talking about. So, Copilot can tailor these responses according to the recommendations. And I think it is one of the best and the quickest way to find your fit with minimal iterations. How to make this possible? Let's see. Over here, what you're looking at is, I want to define who I am, or, my working style. So, for example, you ask Copilot to help you define that. You say, I'm a project manager of data analytics company and I like objective responses. Memory updated. This is something so simple that you can do it yourself. You simply go to, simply just go to M365 Copilot, open it, sign in with your Microsoft account, and you write all of this. For example, you like writing in bullet points, or you are a grade 7 teacher who teaches science and you like teaching in an inquiry method. Then all you need to do is go over here. This is your settings. Where are your settings? I just showed you settings in Copilot. I will take you there once again. Then you go to Copilot memory under personalization and add over there all these details as you can see them on the screen. Yeah. Now, as you see them on the screen, you can start looking at finding out how is it that I am going to go ahead and use this in my, in my daily life. I think I want Copilot to know that for example, I'm Meenakshi Oberoi. I am CEO of Pedagogics. We are an education consulting company. We work with Microsoft, Adobe, and many other companies like Cambridge University Press for capacity building, content writing, curriculum design, and much more. Now, when I give this much of information, it'll already know who I am. And then what I can do is I can actually set this for its default behavior by explicitly telling it that this is who I am. So it starts behaving, and the instructions will be custom instructions, something like this, as it is written in front of you, right in a a conversational but professional tone. You could say, you can personalize these instructions that when it talks to you, it should use a professional tone. It should use a tone where probably while you're talking to students, or while you're talking to your colleagues, or while you're talking to your management, it could give you different tones to talk. So what I'm trying to say is tailor this to your need to suit your need. I'll take you to Copilot to show where it is and how is it that we can actually enable this in Copilot. Give me a minute and I'm just going to reshare my screen, take you to Copilot to show you this. Here you go. Now you can, I think, see Copilot. Yeah, I'm now in the web version of Copilot. This is my desktop version. I will say I am Meenakshi Oberoi, CEO. Let me just speak and say of Pedagogics. I am an educational consultant, and being an education consultant, I like to speak to people in a very professional, polite, humbling, and also a very friendly tone. Also, as a professional, development expert and a curriculum writer, please note that my preferences are that uh, I like to write my content in a very context related manner. I like inquiry based learning. Also, I like to include game based learning in my curriculum design. Help me uh, give this profile to Copilot in the settings in the memory to remember. Now my prompt is ready. Oops. Yeah, let's go. Here you go. There you are. Now it has given me in bullet points because I asked it to give me in bullet points. I'm just going to copy this from here. All right. Now let me add this now. Done. Just imagine, I didn't have to do this. It automatically added this to memory. Would you like to create a professional bio as well? Well, maybe later. Where is it that I can go and check? Now, in these three dots, as you click on settings, top right corner, settings. When you go over here, you will see over here personalization available. In this personalization, these are custom instructions and you can give your, look, my instructions already here. I don't have to do that. So I'm going to let it be. And this is the memory. Look at that. Do you see that? Whatever I spoke, it automatically added. My God, somebody's sitting and helping me. I can't believe it. No one ever helps me this much, but I absolutely am in love with what is happening here. I didn't have to do it, yet it happened. And here's my work profile. What I can do is I can also create my work profile over here if I want. But I think first step into personalization, it just happened automatically and I absolutely loved it. Yeah. And of course, do remember data controls are in your hands. If you don't want to, you want to unshare any of the shared links. For example, I've shared these links several people. I can stop sharing it right now and they will have no access. Once again, simply just a click over here and they will not have access. And yes, you can share your chat with whoever you want. For example, over here, you have to share this prompt. I can simply just go ahead and share this now with anybody. All right. Okay, this was great. And I'm so tempted to do this that, yes, please create a LinkedIn profile for me. And why not? Here you go. You can very quickly get your LinkedIn profiles done, add it to LinkedIn, and see how your game changes on social media. Yeah. Also create a tagline. Look at me, I'm getting so greedy about it. But you know what? When it comes to personalization, I think that's something I would like to make my own. Tell me something. When you buy a new phone, do you change its screensaver or do you let it be? Well, I believe most of us, the first thing that we do is change the screensaver to make it our own. That's your first step towards personalization. And yes, that is exactly the breadth and the length that we carry to our classrooms, where we want to bring personalized learning to our students in the best way possible. Okay. Now, as we do this, let's move ahead on to the next one. I'm moving too fast, so if you feel you want to ask something, please feel free to tell me. I will pause to repeat or answer your questions. I think I'm going to pause here actually to be able to take your questions. Any questions, anyone? Any questions? You may use the chat window to ask the questions. Oh, Monica ma'am is saying that screen is not visible. All right, let me move out of here and take you to the PowerPoint which I was creating while talking to you. Hold on. I may have to run a few slides down before I start showcasing anything other than this. Is it better now? If you can please confirm to me. Just a yes in the chat window will be sufficient. Okay. Now that I have your yes over here, I got your thumbs ups. I'm ready to move onwards. Thank you for that. And I'm just going to move onwards. Tips and tricks. Ask Copilot. Why ask me, right? But one thing that I can say is go ahead and, use this as your temporary chat, as your as a piece where you can actually do incognito mode or in private mode, and you don't want this captured anywhere, you can always use this. Do visit this shield to see what does it say. It tells you a lot, therefore please go ahead and check out the security and try GPT-5. If you're a chat GPT user, you want to get into the GPT mode, just click on this button and you will do so. Now, where am I going to use all of this? Why do I need to personalize? Yeah, I get that question a lot. Why? And yes, we must ask this question because not every feature will be useful for everybody. But for teachers, I try and bring in scenarios where it'll be useful. For example, your writing style or structure, which means please remember that I prefer bullet points. Many a times it will give you such a long list that you would like drowning in those texts. You simply just don't have to say it every time that give me in a very crisp manner. It will give you in a crisp manner if it remembers as a memory. Or ask me 10 questions to learn about my writing style. You don't know what's your writing style. Many of us don't know because we've never thought about it. Did I really have a writing style? But yes, you do. So when it asks me those 10 questions, and I love to do this for you, with you, take a look at this. I'm just going to pick this up. I don't have to go out. Why? Because I have Copilot here. Yeah. Now remember, all of this chat is about another slide. So I'm going to pick up a new chat over here and I'm going to say, ask me 10 questions for me to know my writing style. Let's go. This becomes like an interview for me. So it's going to ask me a question and I have to answer. And sometimes, I'm like, are you going to ask me a question? Is this like a test? I don't know what is it going to ask me, right? I think I'm going to say, do your MCQ with me. Now look at that. Do you prefer formal, professional tone or conversational tone or friendly tone? Uh, make this MCQ and help me find my writing style. Now, I didn't have to write this, right? Because it's already helping me find my writing style. But as a matter of habit, I've seen we repeat ourselves. Let's not. Yeah. What tone do you prefer in your writing? That's nice. Formal and professional, conversational and friendly, neutral and objective, inspirational and motivational. Possibly not one, but two of them. So, what I will say is tone here and probably formal and professional. These are the two tones that I really like. Okay. So I put these. Take up your second one. How about the structure there of your content? Clear headings or subheadings, continuous paragraphs without breaks, short sections with visuals, or mixed depending on the context. Actually, depending on the context. So I would definitely go for all of these, which means I'm just going to pick up all of these and I'm going to say full stop, structure. All right. Now let's go to the third one. What is your ideal response length? Well, I like it concise. Yeah. Probably 3 to 4 sentences is what I really like. So I will say over here, mm, length. Okay. Then I will say, which format do you prefer in presenting your ideas? Bullet points or numbers, full paragraphs, combination of both, and visuals and with minimal text. I like this. Yeah. So I'm going to say, comma, this because it already knows from where I would have picked this up. What voice do you prefer? Active voice for clarity, passive voice for neutrality. Oh, really? That's possible too. Most active but flexible, mostly active but flexible, depends on audience. Actually, I would say mostly active because whichever forum I speak in, I've normally had an active voice and I prefer it like that. Do you like including examples? Oh, definitely. Real world examples and analogies are my favorite. Okay, here you go. I don't even need to read the rest, but you can. Yeah. Should your writing include visuals? Occasionally, probably. I don't want too many visuals because sometimes visuals can really distract people from the main idea. Do you want to have citations? I prefer hyperlinks over citations because citations actually, they disturb the flow of reading. Therefore, I like hyperlinks. What language style do you prefer? Simple, easy to understand. I think that's pretty me. But I would also go with balanced profession, yet approachable. I like this better. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Now you see what is happening? Suddenly, I'm discovering myself once again. Should your responses include follow-up questions or suggestions? Mm, I think occasional for engagement. This is what I do when I present, and that's my style. You see, I didn't know who I am, right? But it just helped me. So, what I'm going to say is draft a short note about my writing style based on this. There you go. And I have my writing style ready. Probably I have discovered myself in many ways for the first time to know, oh, so this is how I write. Look at that. Yeah. Now it has combined everything over here and brought to me multiple things that I may know or might not have realized, but it just brings to forefront whatever was on my mind. Now, taking this to the context of your students. we must and our students must know their writing styles. It's a great exercise to do. All you need to do is pick up this MCQ, give it to your students, and let them write. Language teachers, this will be super helpful. Two, you could also take this into your any of your class, science, social science, language, any class, to say, I need to answer a, I need to write a kind of a content about in about 100 words about something. Give me some ideas of how I can start writing, or give my students ways to begin writing. That'll be great actually. Yeah. So you can actually give your students clues as to what is it that they should include in their writing while they're writing their 100 words. You know what is not easy for them? To organize their thoughts. So, ways and ideas to organize their thoughts is possibly something you could ask for Copilot to help you to. Tone and length. You've been through all of this with me. Now you understand what I was talking about. There are various ways to present your writing, your write up, and you can use any of those. And while you do, I think it's a great idea to pause and think about where can I take it in my teaching learning areas. Yeah. So here's a beautiful example or multiple scenarios where you could be applying what you have been thinking to apply. Yeah. Do know the limitations? Copilot only saves information when there's a clear intent to remember. Memory and custom instructions are not currently available for agents, they're only available for Copilot. What are these agents? We shall talk about that in another session because I don't want to overload you with information as well. Yeah. So do remember there are certain limitations at the moment. Who remembers these pens from, OneNote and probably Word? They're now available in Word, Excel, PowerPoint for Windows, and that's a new update. It's a fantastic tool to use. I use it a lot, especially where, you have to use this sort of free-form drawing and you start drawing. It remembers the way you drew and it just makes a kind of a quick video for you. I will just show you. Why just talk about it? Let me show you. Under draw, all this is available. So let's say I'm just going to insert one more slide, blank slide here, and you could draw with touch also. You could ink to shape as well. So let's say I'm going to draw with touch. I'm going to use this pen, but I'm going to use a darker color so that you can see it, right? So let's say I'm going to make a triangle over here and I want to measure, angles. Now you're doing this on your whiteboards in your classroom. Yeah. I could simply just click on ink to shape and it'll turn this shape into a triangle. Oh, circle something with the lasso. What is a lasso? This is your lasso. Circle it over here. Circle it over here. Wait, sorry, I did not use this. So while you're using your lasso, this is your lasso, circle it over here and say ink to shape, and it'll turn your ink into shape. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Well, when you're teaching your students, especially mathematics, this is something that could come in very handy. And if you're as good as I am in drawing, pun intended, I think what you could also do is probably start drawing a stomach. Yeah. And then esophagus. And here you go. The worst of the drawings that I could actually give you. And over here, I could lasso this as well. And let's see what shape it gives. I'm sure it's going to give it some weird shape. I'll just simply say ink to shape. That's not a shape that I was looking for or aiming for. I was just trying to do a stomach. So what I'm trying to do is says, don't be vague. Please be clear in your shapes. All right. Now this is a shape and you can actually click on it, take it wherever you want. Here's your cursor. You pick it up, you take it to any corner that you want. You can then bring in your other pieces as well. And if you want these turn into ink to shape, this will help with that as well. But it'll say, sorry, they are so crooked that we cannot recognize the shape only. You see over here, it is broken. Therefore, it's not recognizing. Yeah. But if you are good with it, I'm sure you'll be able to do it. And sometimes, you just use a kind of a ink replay to see what did you do. So let's say I'm doing an ink replay over here. Uh, right now, let me first actually do one second. Let me just take one pen over here, and let's say I'm going to make one 8. Hey, not bad, right? And I want to do an ink replay. Now you see, it's now showing you live how I drew. So sometimes when you want to show, these kind of images, or you want to draw, especially physics, if you want to show movement of one ball moving from one place to another, and you want to draw those arrows, you can actually do that animation very quickly over here using this piece in AI. Yeah. Nice, no? I loved it when I saw it. I've been using it in OneNote for long, and I was so happy to see that this is now available across, that is Word, PowerPoint, Excel. It's available everywhere. So your classrooms are only going to get richer with these kind of tools. Well, if that wasn't enough, there is so much more that I could keep telling you. There is Teach that is available now at no cost. When on the left side menu, you will see Teach. As a part of this, you have curriculum. You also have lesson plan. What you can expect is Minecraft lesson plans over here, and more content that is coming in very soon. You will see multiple things like quizzes, rubrics, language modifications, level, length, difficulty, multiple alignment, and alignment to your learning outcomes. NCRT learning outcomes are available here, and you can use those. I'm not going into deep details over here because I've already given this demo in another piece. What is new over here is this create as a feature. Before I move to the next piece, I will take you there to show what create can do. But let me also tell you, with study and learn, which is the here's learning aids, study aids, and more. These are different than study and learn. Study and learn are going to be a comprehensive piece, and as a part of that piece, you will get advanced agents. For example, you want to get a clear understanding about a concept, you want to practice or possibly with an interactive activity, or you want to deep dive into any topic for tests. You can build all of that automatically. Calculus midterm. Well, if I can get help with that and studying, I don't think I can demand for anything more. So these are the two pieces that you can actually look forward to. This is already available and you can start using it right away. Yeah. Teach, I've already spoken about it, but just giving you a kind of a walkthrough.
Educators design curriculum, advocate for students, innovate on the front lines, and more.
Sorry, I'm going to run this again.
All at the same time. To help you focus on what matters most, there's Teach. It's your hub for AI-powered tools to support the ways you teach and the ways your students learn. Get started right from the Microsoft 365 Copilot app. You'll find instructional tools, past work, and resources all in one place. Streamline class prep with ready-made workflows. Add your notes and align to education standards from over 35 countries. And generate draft lesson plans with smart suggestions to modify and take learning further. Create learning activities, quizzes, and rubrics based on your content. And easily customize materials from the language to the level to meet students where they are. Your teaching expertise and ideas, now amplified and personalized with the support of AI. Get started in the Microsoft 365 Copilot app today.
So you see what all can you do? Well, there's so much that can happen, but I think I should just pause here because we have shared loads today. Once again, I'm pausing over here, not going further because I know it just gets overload, right? It becomes like information overload. So, I'm going to pause here. I'm open to taking any questions that you might have. If I have an answer, I will provide you right away. Otherwise, I can come back with the answer as I know of it. Yeah. So you could actually try these in your devices. There's a kind of a Timeline for release. Where all is M365 available? Here's a view. If you have a paid version, then you will get all these features. Otherwise, in M365 Copilot, all these for a basic, Copilot is available for you. Yeah. So please take full advantage of what is available for yourself, and also let your colleagues know. I am a huge fan of, learning on my own. So if you're the one who likes learning on your own and while you're exploring, you need help, go ahead and use this as your, tutorial. This is a complete Copilot tutorial. You can go ahead, view this to learn more about Copilot. Yeah, I'm still holding back a lot of information. Possibly in the upcoming sessions, we will share more information about what's new and what all is possible. But uh, today, I'm going to pause here. We are available for a session. Our teams can be invited to your school. I know we have a fragmented presentation over here from various schools, and please, we would want to include everybody. Therefore, feel free to invite us to your school to host a session in your school for teachers of your school exclusively. We will be happy to come in and host this session for your teachers. For today's session, there is no certificate, for a very simple reason that today was an information sharing session. Therefore, there is no test as well. Please, I know you love tests, but for that, join us next week and I will talk on a different topic, and I'll just share the topic that we will pursue. Also, please note that we have our flagship AI programs, being run. So if you want to be a part of these programs, invite us to your school. We'll be happy to, talk about this. And as I mentioned last time, we have received global accolades from Microsoft, Singapore, one of the Microsoft Singapore leaders, who has mentioned on his LinkedIn post about our flagship programs and how they're helping teachers. So thank you to him, Mike Ye. And here's something for all of you. If you want to plan your PD, simply just plan and invite us. We will be there in your school at a date and time that is mutually agreeable for your school as well as us. Yeah. And of course, amazing to meet you here every week, and share with you new things that are happening. What are the things that are actually possible, and how can we together create a better tomorrow? I will now see you on 9th of December with a new topic, which is designing AI infused and AI resistant plans. Designing AI infused and AI resistant plans using AI. So go ahead, join us if you feel that's your worry, that you're going to become AI dependent. Well, let's talk next time and have a conversation about how do you think I can help this? I don't want to give everything in the hands of just AI. I want to do things myself, and I want my students also to maintain that authenticity. Let's meet on 9th of December, talk about this. Till then, let's stay connected. Do not forget to follow us on our social handles. I'm also giving you our Instagram handle in our chat window. To follow us for many updates and regular updates. Um, Thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Yes, the mind maps that are created by Copilot are super helpful for students. Absolutely right. It is a joy to actually have these pieces to be able to help us. Otherwise, these are time-taking activities, and it's not that easy to create. I would, before I close the session, would love to share a story with you. We are looking for more stories, especially in the government sector. If you're a teacher and you're working, here is Manohar sir's story. I've just shared in the chat window. Take a look at it. It's inspirational to see how in government schools and in government aided schools, how technology is being used in the classrooms, because these classrooms have had the privilege of having good technology infrastructure that is available to them. So thank you so much for meeting me here. I will see you on next Tuesday. Till then, take care, be good, and have a wonderful week ahead, not a weekend, week ahead. Thank you and bye bye.